back onto the court will be the starting 5, except Damian Solomon in for Lee Fowler. The 2 guards for Norristown getting a break, but they are back onto the court.
Referee Tom Blackwell instructing all the team members to make sure that their shirts are tucked in. I know he's a stickler for that in the college ranks, and he's going to be a stickler here in the high school end of it too.
Swings it to Allen underneath for Wiggins. Great touch pass out to Weldon for 3. Won't go. Damian Solomon, strong rebound, kicks it back out. Wiggins toes behind the line, and it's good. Eric Wiggins, his first 3 of the night. 4 players with points for Norristown.
Norristown spreading out that offensive attack. No single player is taking the reins and riding all the way down, but sharing the load, and that's what is the key to a successful team.
DiNapoli now guarded by Maurice Allen. Allen got a piece of that one, couldn't get it away though.
Jeez, Damian Solomon harassing him there.
Berkowitz back to Berge. He'll take an ugly jumper, and it goes. Mark Berge, 4 for him tonight.
It's not a beauty contest, Greg. All they got to do is make sure that ball goes in that circle. It's traveling, should be traveling there. It's going to be another foul. Damian Solomon, yeah.
Solomon going to get called for it there. He appeared to have maybe tripped up the Upper Dublin player right there.
20-second timeout for Norristown. I'll tell you what, Norristown looking a little cold right now, and being the #1 seed, they're going to probably take on, I'm not going to say that Upper Dublin's going to lose this game. I shouldn't say it this early, but the problem, if Norristown wins, they're going to take on much tougher teams than this. They have the chance of going up against Pennsbury and Coatesville and teams like that. Even CB West is probably a much better squad than this Upper Dublin team, but Norristown just doesn't seem to want to take this game by the horns and run with it, as all 5 headbands are now off the court, and that's good to see, although we do have 2 players with the Hamburglar type socks.
So Mark Berge with the ball. He gives it to Berkowitz. Pass inside. Miscommunication there. Norristown with numbers back the other way. Green. Great feed to Wiggins, and it's good. Eric Wiggins, 5 points for him. Norristown strong out of the timeout, forcing the turnover. Upper Dublin contend on running that half-court offense tonight. They are very good at it underneath. Nowitzki's layup won't go, but a great effort from Brian Nowitzki right there. Back the other way. Wiggins with speed. Kicks it back out to Green. He feeds Allen. Baseball pass over to Wiggins. Off the dribble, tries to be his defender. Good read there from Berge. That ball went off of an Upper Dublin player.
How's that possible? How's it possible that an Upper Dublin player passes it to his own man, it goes off his hand, and then the official calls it off of White? If it was off of White, wouldn't Maurice Allen have gone for the ball? Okay, they change their mind, and it's going the other way. Dave Masick realizing his mistake. Wiggins goes to the basket. Foul's going to be on number 5. DiNapoli will have his second foul for Upper Dublin. Got a good referee crew tonight. Kelly and Blackwell are veteran officials, and Masick has his head on his shoulders. It's good to see that Norristown and District 1 has decided on 3 quality officials.
Substitutions in the game. Number 22, Vince Gravina, in for number 44, Mike DiNapoli. Jim Edmonds is the first appearance in the game tonight.
And we'll see Milan Dean in a matter of seconds after Eric Wiggins takes his second free throw.
Wiggins 2 of 2 from the line. So now Norristown up by 9, extending that lead a little bit. This Upper Dublin team, it's a team that Norristown's not used to seeing. You know, they don't have the great talent that some of these teams have that Norristown will play in later rounds. But it is a very disciplined team, and unlike a lot of teams in the league that Norristown's moved to this year, Upper Dublin is disciplined, and they are going to work the ball until they get the shot they want.
That's right. They didn't drive all the way here to just fold up their cards and go home. I think they're out here to play. They know they have a chance. Although the article in the Times-Herald this morning gave them the absolute worst odds ever to be in this game. However, maybe that reporter needs to see the score now. It's only a 9-point victory for Norristown.
Barlow now with Dean guarding him. Barlow drives, leans into Dean. Barlow getting dirty, trying to go after that ball. Missed it there. Green, pull-up jumper from the foul line, and it's good. Marcus Green, his first 2 of the night. All 5 starters for Norristown with points. Double-digit lead for the first time tonight. Norristown starting to pull away with this unit on the court right now.
Oh, that's a push-off there. Thought they would have called that on Mark Berge, but they're not going to. Going to give the offense the benefit of the doubt.
I think Maurice Allen is always moving his feet so quick that it always looks like he's moving, because he looks like he's always in motion, and you never know when he's stopping because he's just so active.
It's true. We're going to have timeout here.
Timeout, Dublin.
So 27-16, Norristown will have the ball when we come out of this timeout. 4:45 left in the second quarter. They've picked it up a little bit after that last timeout that they called about 2-3 minutes ago.
Yeah, it's interesting to watch a team come out of a timeout and see what their play is coming out of the timeout. At the college level, I saw a college game last night where it was a close game, 2 points here, 3 points there, and every time the opposition or a team called a timeout, it seemed that they had planned a super play coming out of their timeout, and they scored an easy basket off that play, and then they were up by 4 or 5 points, and that really put the other team at a disadvantage. And that's, I think, what Norristown did here. Norristown on their last timeout came out with a spectacular play and scored right off the timeout. We'll see if Coach Huddleston can do the same thing with his Cardinals.
And I remember watching a game with the University of Connecticut men's team this weekend. I remember that they always said that Jim Calhoun, the coach of the Huskies, always comes out with a play, and he always makes sure that his team gets 2 points out of a timeout, and they get 2 points about 96-97% of the time.
Yeah. Here's a message being sent that they're going to call it on both ends, as Berge's going to be called on the foul. It could have possibly have been an offensive foul on Marcus Green, but the officiating crew is not going to call that on either end. They called it against Norristown twice and now Upper Dublin once.
Green now feeds Edmonds inside. Smart idea to dish it back out. Norristown trying to find a center in there, trying to establish position. They go to Weldon inside. A great spin move. Barlow gets called for the foul. That's just as good for Norristown. When you make that strong move inside, you either want to score or you want to get fouled and try and get short points at the line. You don't always have to score when you make that move.
That's right. I think they've got some smart players out there, and Brad Weldon, Eric Wiggins, and Jim Edmonds, among others, that they know if they're not going to have a free shot, at least they're going to get themselves to the free throw line to get them some possible points. Weldon drains the first one. He's got 7 points, as Wiggins has 7 as well.
2 for 2 from Weldon. Quickly a 13-point lead, and it's starting to get to one of those things where you look up at the scoreboard and boom, there it is. Upper Dublin will stay in this game, but it's 13 real quick.
That's right, and the capacity crowd here tonight, not exactly at a sellout capacity, but a good number of people here. I'd say 600, 700, 800 people here.
Allen jumper won't go in and out of Berge's hands. The ball goes to Norristown.
Maurice Allen put up a sort of a wild shot there, but Marcus Green was right there to harass Mark Berge into turning the ball over. Allen into Green. Green, ooh, is going to be charged for the offensive foul here, putting his shoulder down, as well he should. And Eric Wiggins will make it off the bench to spell Green.
So Marcus Green, the aggressive drive right there. With 3:57 left in this first half, Coach McGee has a decision to make. Do you put Marcus Green back in? And we know he's smart enough not to get a third foul, but he is so aggressive that you don't want to take that chance. You don't want Marcus Green to have 3 fouls going into the third quarter.
And while most people were watching Marcus Green come off the court, Brad Weldon was trying to make friends with Tom Blackwell It should have been a two-pointer. He was well over the line, but they got away with a three-pointer there for Jeremy Berkowitz. Tom Blackwell and Brad Weldon were exchanging words, and Weldon was trying to give Blackwell some officiating advice. Pushing off inside, yes, number 5, Jeremy Berkowitz, who is definitely outmatched and outclassed by number 31, Eric Wiggins. What? No foul?
Well, without the foul, apparently they're going to call a kick ball, but still, Maurice Allen with good recognition to realize that Eric Wiggins was underneath with a very, very small Jeremy Berkowitz. That is a matchup that definitely Coach Jeff Huddleston does not want.
Well, I think he moved them even to a worse matchup in Milan Dean. Milan's got a lot more quickness and a lot more ability than Berkowitz, but I'm not the coach. I'm just a commentator.
I don't even think there's anybody on this Norristown team that Jeremy Berkowitz could guard. Not a lot of guys that anybody could guard on this Norristown team. Wiggins can't get it to go. Weldon taps it back out to Allen. Strong to the hole, and it just won't go.
Use the backboard. Use that big piece of glass. The Norristown School Board and the Norristown School District spent a lot of money for it. Use it.
Wiggins hits a 3 from the corner.
All right, don't use it.
Solving the backboard issue as he hits one from the baseline. One of the hardest shots to hit in basketball.
I wasn't talking to Eric. I was talking to the other 4 guys on the court. As Upper Dublin tries it on this end, and Tom Barlow puts in a three-pointer.
Tom Barlow with his own answer. That was 2 very soft three-pointers at both ends. Allen now to Wiggins. Swings it to Dean. On the run, Milan Dean, his first 2 of the night. Strong move right there from Milan Dean as he gets his first 2 of the night.
Should have had a stopwatch on that one. It seemed like he had a lot of hang time there. He just sort of sailed through the air.
Jumper in and out, and Wiggins comes down with the rebound.
Oh, that's traveling. Sorry, Eric.
Sometimes the head thinks that you want to go and the feet just don't move with it. And unfortunately happening right there for Eric Wiggins.
We have a uniform problem, and they're going to call Eric Wiggins for it, and he's going to come off the court. They have to bring somebody else in because he was warned once. He's going to be told to leave the game the second time. I've seen this happen before at the college level, not usually at the high school level, but officials have to keep everything the same. Eric Wiggins had a uniform problem. Tim Kelly had a whistle problem. He had to switch whistles in mid-game. Evans comes into the game, and Wiggins will be right off the bench again, looking to come in, make sure that uniform is tucked in.
Berge, the little turnaround jumper, he gets it to go. Mark Berge, 6 for him tonight in Upper Dublin. Still trying to keep it close here. Allen, the jumper, won't go, but Weldon strong onto that rebound, and Norristown will slow it down a little bit, waste some time off of the clock. Weldon has position inside. Good collapse by DiNapoli. And a jump ball. Nice job of collapsing there by Mike DiNapoli. He was guarding Milan Dean. They gave it inside to Weldon. Before Weldon could realize that he had the ball, he was double teamed very quickly.
That's right. Eric Wiggins comes back in the game. Danny Evans will sit down as Wiggins has the uniform problem solved, hopefully. And Berkowitz is back in the game for Upper Dublin. That's Jeremy Berkowitz.
Berge now on the dribble,
traveling.
Very close to being a walk. Underneath, broken up by Edmonds. Allen now on the dribble. Norristown with numbers if they hurry. Great feed to Weldon, but we're going to call for an offensive foul. Maurice Allen a little bit too hard to the basket. That's going to be number 2 of Maurice Allen. Both guards for Norristown with 2 fouls. Danny Evans, who just came out of the game, will come back in for Allen. Allen will sit for the rest of the half.
I don't even think Evans touched the seat of his chair, and he was right back off. He knew as soon as that second foul came on Maurice Allen, he was going to be back out on the floor. Not to say that Danny Evans is, any less talented than Maurice or Marcus. He adds just another flavor to this Norristown squad.
So now Norristown showing a full court press. Wiggins almost had a steal there. Now back the other way. Berge will swing it to Berkowitz inside. Barlow, strong move on Wiggins. Turnaround jumper goes. Tom Barlow came to play tonight. He has 9. Quickly, we are in single digits once again, 34-26. Norristown holding for the last shot right here.
That's right. Norristown, with just under 40 seconds to play, could hold it for the remainder of the half, as Upper Dublin has shown some mettle here in this first half, and their fans certainly have shown it too, as they're a lot louder than the other 3 quadrants of this gym.
Upper Dublin very content with just going in right now. They want to make it 34-26. Eric Wiggins making sure he knows the play right here. This looks like boring basketball, folks, but you know, this is the sign of a really good first half. They got to run the play now, though. Wiggins with 8.
So if they get something out of this, all that time spent
inside the Weldon, and they get it right there. 10 points right there for Norristown. Jeff Huddleston cannot be happy with his team's performance right there on that last play. Got to be happy with the way they played this first half, though. 36-26. They get a standing ovation as they come off the court. They did a nice job. They're staying close to the #1 seed in the district. A very tough thing, and a thing that not a lot of teams have come to this gym and done. That's
right. They have held the Eagles to only a 10-point lead. Scoring map so far: Eric Wiggins has 10, Brad Weldon with 10, and Maurice Allen with 6. Tom Barlow leads the Cardinals with 9, and Mike Berge adds 6. And if you're Upper Dublin, you have to be happy about the first half, but you also have to come out fighting in the second half to capitalize on this fine play by the Cardinals. We'll be back with the second half right after this on this NASD TV production of District 1 playoff action.